Welcome to downtown Detroit and welcome inside Ford Field. Today we've got a battle here in the NFC North. It's the Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions.
It's time. Please welcome Dan Campbell and your defending NFC North champion, Detroit Lions.
Jake Bates now ready to get this one started. And we're off and running from Ford Field. Tyler Scott now to return it. And his drive will start inside the 25. So out come the Bears, ready for their first possession. They'll be led out by last year's #1 overall pick, Brock. Looking to build on his decent debut season here in year 2. It's Caleb Williams.
His rookie season last year, Kate, a reminder that no matter how talented you are, this league can humble you. And it didn't help being the most sacked quarterback in football as well. But remember, 3,500 yards and 20 touchdowns, he showed glimpses of what I know Chicago wants more of this year.
They gained 14 on the play. And that's good for a Bears first down.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
First down throw by Williams. That's complete to the rookie out of Missouri. And he is brought to a stop after he found plenty of room there to run.
To Luther Burden. A gain of 33 yards on the play. First down, Chicago.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete.
You know exactly what he's thinking. Hopefully next time it's a little bit easier. The degree of difficulty on that one high. Throwing a double coverage, odds are against you.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Sticking in the air, it's Williams. Finds his running back, DeAndre Swift. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26.
Simply part of the job description for any running back in today's game. You're out there, you're going to be one of your quarterback's most important safety valves. And you've got to be ready for that check down at all times.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Again, it's Williams. Has it at the 7. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for 1st and goal.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. Swift will score. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears start the game off right with a 6-0 lead. DeAndre Swift, the touchdown. No doubt about that one, Brock. They softened that defense up with that lengthy opening series. And then the front just couldn't stand up to the run as they reached the end zone.
Yeah, the numbers tell you, kind of just like baseball, you love home runs, you love explosive plays, but when you can play small ball and you can keep that defense gasping on the field, you can often run it right down their throats in the red zone.
Now Cairo Santos on to add the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Bears will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Lions nothing.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Greg Reynolds to return it. And this drive will start inside the 25. So the Lions take the field for their first drive. Leading them out, got his first MVP votes after a career-best season last year. Now reached a decade in this league. It's Jared Goff.
Kate, there are other flashier quarterbacks that make more highlight reel plays than Jared Goff. There certainly are bigger and stronger athletes playing the position today, but Jared's just a throwback. A guy that understands the timing and the precision. I love that he knows what he is and what he isn't when it comes to his skills. And it's why he's been able to flourish in multiple places and why he continues to sustain a lot of success in this league. Simply put, Kate, that is a drive starter extraordinaire.
Big shot to begin the drive, has him up beyond the 40. Off play action, Goff. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. He was looking for his back, Jahmyr Gibbs there. So second down coming up.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Goff tosses that quickly out wide. He gets it forward a little to his 46. Sent to the ground by Kyler Gordon.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 6.
The Bears into the nickel for third down. Shotgun snap here to Goff. It's on target to Williams. And he's going to be taken down, but plenty of damage already done.
It's a gain of 20. That's good for a Lions first down.
Gosh, that is so demoralizing defensively. You do everything right, you draw it up right, you got double coverage, and yet you still can't take the ball away.
Ball at the 33 for first down. Straight ahead with Gibbs. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackle for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11.
On these 1st and 10 calls, defenses are always keyed in that a run might be coming their way. And as soon as the QB turned to give the ball, the entire defense came crashing in to bury them for a loss.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Out of the shotgun, Goff. That's caught. Here comes Jahmyr Gibbs. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
It is so hard for these defenses. I don't envy them at all. They try to monitor where these running backs are. Are they chipping? Are they delaying their route? He's such an underrated part of their overall passing game.
Quite the drive they've had, Brock, but they're up against it. 3rd and 5 now. From the gun, Goff. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
Intended for Tim.
You know, the goal on a lot of these short throws is to simply let the receiver create some yards after the catch, that yak. Well, I think he was thinking about the yak before he actually secured the catch.
On 4th down, the Lions going to try to put 3 on the board here with Jake Bates. It's from the right hash, 46 yards. Bates' kick is up and good. Hold on, though. There's a flag down here. Although, if this is on the defense, Brock, they're probably just going to decline it and keep that make. A fortunate break for them as they get a gift with roughing the kicker. Their offense heading back out to keep things going. Running it after the penalty. And give him 4 yards before he stops, Brock. It's 2nd down.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Motioning one of the tight ends. Off the play fake. Here's Goff. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
I can promise you that is a throw. It's a quarterback when it leaves your hands. You do not want to flirt with as this game goes on. That is a prime one that DB could cut off and take the other way.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Now gone. Toward the side of the end zone, but that one's incomplete.
Intended for Amon Ross.
That's a pretty cool look right there of the kind of coverage you're going to see when you play man-to-man. On that down and distance, you've got to be sharp on the outside. That DB certainly was.
On fourth down, the Lions going to try to put 3 on the board here with Jake Bates. This only a chip shot from the right hash. Bates' kick is up and good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
They were able to answer a score with a score. Maybe not to tie the game, but to certainly turn some of the momentum.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Scott now to return. This makes it up to the 25. The Bears offense out there for their second drive of the contest. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. Chicago bringing the offense to the line. It's 1st and 10. Here's Swift to start the drive. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
You know, Kate, sometimes football and poker have a lot in common. You don't want to tell at the poker table, and you don't want one at the line of scrimmage. Sometimes just it's alignment. It's the way these linemen breathe. It's the blood in their knuckles the defenders read and react to. I think that time a tell was in play because the defense was all over that counter before it could get started.
He's going to keep it this time. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
That's just a case where you're trying to make something when there really is nothing there. There just wasn't an opening for him to work with, and he was lucky to get what he could.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Working from the gun, Williams. He's running for it. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
He's brought down at the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 10. 1st down, Bears.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the 1st down.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Williams to throw on 1st. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or he just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual at this level to see a drop pass unless there's a hit involved.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. To throw is Williams. He set up the screen here to Swift. Continuing to move past the 45. He's right up next to that 1st down. Doesn't quite get there. Gain of 9. That brings up 3rd and short.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
All right, looks like they're going to try to power this across. Goal line formation on 3rd and inches. Williams with the sneak. They were loaded and ready for that sneak, weren't they? They stopped him at the line. No gain.
That's more than a must-get for a quarterback. I really put that in the always-get territory. Even if the defense knows what's coming, you got to be able to drive forward for at least a couple inches.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Out of the shotgun to give to Swift. Escapes a defender. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's a Chicago 1st down.
Gain of 12.
Ooh, I like that call. I really like it with those sticks. You can keep them on the sidelines, and you get more than enough to get the 1st down.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Going to the ground again on 1st. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
It's a
Well, that
gain of
doesn't
8.
net a first
Brings
down.
up
You get
second
yards
and
like that
2.
in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
After that little 8-yard scoot, here comes 2nd and 2. Staying grounded with Swift. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down.
These stops, they don't always make the end-of-game highlight reels, but they absolutely should. The coaches and players know it. Offenses are always counting on yards on that type of run. And anytime it results in a loss, it could be a potential drive killer.
3rd and 2. Williams. Oh, he's going to run for it. Williams hit, and that ball's out. But it appears that the Bears were able to get their paws on that one, so they're keeping the football. These two NFC North teams have played one so far. It's an early lead for the Bears. We're back to Ford Field right after this. Welcome back. Second quarter about to start. Bears with a chance for at least 3, possibly 6. First down. Here's Swift. And he made a bid for it. It's a good gain. It's stopped down at the 3. 7 yards there. That brings up 2nd down.
You know, okay, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
Here's Swift on 2nd down. And he gets in. Touchdown! The Bears now lead by 10. DeAndre Swift, the touchdown.
I just love seeing the approach of this entire offense, not settling for anything. Yeah, this running back, he's finding the end zone through the running lanes. But let's give a tip of the cap to the big boys up front because they are setting the tone. 2 drives, 2 rushing touchdowns.
Santos now for the extra point. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Bears drive their lead to 11.
14, Lions 3.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Khalif Raymond to return it. Pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. So the Lions headed out for their 2nd drive of the game. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw in their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. The Detroit offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Goff to the air now. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's forced down bounds after picking up about 7.
Complete to Brock. A gain of 7 brings up 2nd down at the 36-yard line.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 36. Finds Gibbs out of the backfield. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Give him 3 on that game. And that'll be 1st down, Detroit.
First down.
Play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball. Right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. On 1st down, it's Gibbs. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Hit made by T.J. Edwards.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Throwing is gone. Dumps it off to his running back. And this one only manages a yard before coming to an end out of bounds. It's going to be 3rd down.
He steps out of bounds.
Some certainly do it better than others, Kate, but every running back in the league today has got to do just that. You cannot be a one-dimensional back in the league anymore. You can't. You got to be able to handle your business, both toting the ball as a runner, and really importantly as a check down outlet on short throws.
They motion the tight end over. Goff on third. Complete beyond the marker. He's able to cross midfield before going out. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Enough to Gibbs from the gun. Jukes one defender. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
13 yards on the play. That's another Lions.
Okay, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense, right? They're on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
They're set up at the 35 now. On 1st down, it's Goff. Short pass brought in. And he's brought to a stop after he found plenty of room to run.
Okay, that play so indicative of why tight ends in this league have become just an X-factor. Right, they're big, they can block at the line of scrimmage, but the elite guys, they've got that speed, and they can take something short and make a difference with it down the field.
So after that big play, Brock, they need just that final yard here on 1st and goal. From the red zone now. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Detroit! The Lions make it a one-score game in the 1st half. Well, good luck stopping the big fella that close to the goal line, Brock. I've always thought that the distance right there is just made for tight ends to score touchdowns.
Yeah, and it's not just the sport that you also love to cover in basketball. It's all about matchups. You get near the red zone and into the end zone, matchups become critical. And when you got a dude like this that's a mismatch maker, you feed him.
Now it's Jake Bates for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Lions cut the lead down to 4.
14. Lions 10.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Scott now to return. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. The Bears and DeAndre Swift set for their next drive. And we'll see if the perfect start can continue as they try for their 3rd touchdown in 3 drives. 1st down, Williams. Completed over the middle. Galloping inside the 40. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears now lead by 10. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the 1st half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Santos now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Bears drive their lead to 11.
21, Lions 10.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away.
Chicago.
Reynolds with a return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
The Lions take over.
The Lions and Jared Goff set to take over on offense once again. They find themselves down 21-10 as they take over. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Here's Gong. He puts some air under it deep down the left. That's grabbed inside the 30. It's a huge pickup on the play. And that gives the Lions the first.
48 yards. And the Lions first down. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Gibbs now from the gun. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
Hey, these DNs love to get after the quarterback, but the most well-rounded of them are the guys who can anchor your run defense too. Mission accomplished.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Goff back to throw. This one to Williams out left side. We'll have a little, not a lot. Ball to about the 25. Jalen Johnson with the stop.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Gone. And that one hits the deck. No fear from them trying to go deep on 3rd down. You love that. Don't love the fact they couldn't connect. 4th down coming up.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back into rhythm.
On 4th down, the Lions going to try to put 3 on the board here with Jake Bates. Made his first one. This is a little over 40. Bates' kick is up and good. And that brings the deficit back within a score, 8 points.
That's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Scott now to return. And this drive will start inside the 25. Chicago getting set to take the field now. And eventually, Brock, one of their drives is going to fail to reach that end zone. But through 3 possessions so far, they have been perfect.
Yeah, and in order for that to happen, somebody somewhere on this defense has got to rise to the occasion.
Stepping up, and he's going to run. 12 yards on that play, and a good call, and that's on the first.
A gain of 12. First down, Chicago.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
The ball carrier.
Just an outstanding play by that safety. But I'll say this, Kate, that offensive coordinator, take note. Those safeties are flying downhill. To create a negative play on a toss, I can assure you a reverse, a trick play, something over their heads coming eventually.
Running behind center with Swift. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that's good for a Bears first down.
A gain of 19 yards. First down, Bears.
Offense there, Kate, went heavy with that 13 personnel. 1 back, 3 tight ends, and those 3 added blockers, just the element they needed to spring that run.
First down, and they go right back to him. Good little whip there. Looks like about 6. Kirby Joseph up for the stop.
Some offenses, well, they prefer to go run in that RPO situation. It's a safer call, a little more conservative. But in this case, it gets them just as many yards as a short completion would have.
2nd and 3 now. Going run again with Swift. And he'll get this down at the 33-yard line.
The ball carrier.
A 5-yard gain on the play. And that's a Chicago first down.
A 5-yard gain on the play.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning in the Motor City.
First down.
And it's the Bears with a 1st and 10. Williams from the gun. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And a big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
2nd down.
You know, when we watch the Combine each and every single year, I hope you get good enough to understand as a football fan, watch the big guys' first 10 yards. Don't watch the ends and the linemen run 40. Watch their first 10 because that's the most critical. And that defensive end showed you right there the kind of explosive burst in the first few yards to get home for the big sack.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Trying again following the sack. Hits him on the out route. And he works this to the 38 before going down.
Hey, Kate, you know this from covering the Seahawks, calling their preseason game. When Pete Carroll was there, if he said it once, he said it 100 times. Stay on top, stay on top, stay on top. You'll give up a short little out route like that, but just stay on top of the deep threat.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. Escapes the pocket. And that one's incomplete. For now, he brings up 4th. Let's see what this penalty flag is all about. Don't want to give them another shot at 3rd down, so they'll bring up 4th while they can and decline the flag.
A 54-yard attempt.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And it's now a 2-possession game as the lead grows to 11.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Reynolds with a return. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. The Lions going to go on offense here late in the half. And with exactly 1 minute left to go, they've got some time, but they've got to work fairly quick. Now, Ryan, Lions just about ready. 1st and 10. It's not on the ground with Gibbs. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more. Now the Lions calling a timeout. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
2nd and 8.
I think we got to be careful, and I'll raise my hand of thinking that play was just a nothing burger. Because what can happen from that, Kate, is you put some nice toppings on it. A play-action pass, a shot that comes down the road from what looked like a very plain play.
Shotgun snap here to Goff. Dumped off to his running back. And a bit of deja vu as they stop him at the line once again.
Kate, I'm going to call that, even though it looks like nothing on the stat sheet, a win-win for both sides. The defense, well, they rally. They get right to that throw in the flat for a no gain. The offense, well, they just remind that defense, you not only got to cover us vertically, but we're going to stretch you horizontally as well.
He lofts it deep left. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. The quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not 2 hands that got on the football.
On comes Jack Fox to handle the 4th down punt for the Lions. Takes this in at the 25. And that return's going to leave them enough time to squeeze in 2 plays here if they want before the half.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Williams on 1st down. It's taken in by Roman Dunze. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48.
A gain of 13 yards.
Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken.
Chicago.
Kate, when you watch the Combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw, and without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
He'll throw it. Complete right side. Burden has it. And he's got it up to midfield and into Lions territory. Timeout Chicago. It uses its second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Second and 6 coming up here. Running with Swift out of the gun. He gets it ahead and winds up with about 3. Tackled by Jack Campbell. The Bears going to use their third and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. On third down, here's Swift. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. So a 2-score game here at the break. Some work to be done as we get ready for the EA Sports Halftime Report with Scott Hansen. Scott?
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
As always, a hat tip to our buddy Scott Hansen for his hard work there during the break, as we're happy to welcome you all back for the start of our third quarter. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Reynolds with a return. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. Here comes the offense for Detroit to begin the second half. They'll try to get that ground game established better than they did in the opening half, Brock. See if they can attack that deficit. First down throw from Goff. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And it sets up second down. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
And he's going to be out of bounds just before reaching the 30.
As an offense, you don't call a screen, Kate, expecting to gain just a few yards. You call it expecting to break out something big and substantial. But it's up to that defense to stay ahead of it, to keep it contained to something much smaller. Case in point right there.
They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. From the gun, Goff. It's on target to Williams. And he's taken to the ground after a nice push downfield.
A gain of 12 yards. That's good for a Lions first down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Underneath, it's Gibbs. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
And I can promise you, you go back and look at the most efficient offenses in the NFL over the last couple decades, one thing will resonate. You've got to be able to attack the middle of the field. It's great to do it with receivers. It's awesome with tight ends. But when you get that influence from your running backs, man, you become a dangerous offense to stop.
To the air on first down. Here's Goff. Quick rally to the catch by the defense, stopping the gain at the 33. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
They've run this 12-yard out route, Kate, at the combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. In this throw, this is a big boy throw. It's a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Oh, that was teaching tape right there.
Makes the catch, but does not do it in bounds. Looks like he came down on that sideline. Second down coming up.
That's simply a difficult tightrope walk to stay in bounds on a catch that far downfield. What an effort. Just too difficult a play to make.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Again, Goff. Pass is caught. That's Tim Patrick. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
First down. First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
They'll come up first and 10. They send the tight end in motion. Throwing again, it's Goff. Checks it down to Gibbs. And they get him out just before he can move those chains, partner. It's a gain of 9 on first down.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. It sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
In a good spot here, second and inches. They go play action with Goff. And this one hurts. Had a touchdown in his hands, but he couldn't hold on. Third down coming up.
Well, this will actively age a coach on the sidelines. Wrinkles and gray hair, all of it. All the planning, a great play, and careful execution led to that. And it was dropped to the turf.
Still inches to go on third down. Trying the sneak here, Goff. They're loaded and ready for that sneak, weren't they? They stop him at the line. No gain.
Gain on the play. That's another Detroit Lions first down.
Kate, is there a simpler play in football that's come to life more than the QB sneak? We see all different varieties now, but it has become so darn effective. And when you got a tough QB that wants to put it on his shoulders, you sign up for it.
First and goal. Here's Gibbs. And he will get this to the end zone for a Detroit touchdown. The Lions cut into the lead coming out of halftime. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
The Lions offense looks like they're staying out there. We got a 2-point try coming up.
The Lions will set up for the 2-point conversion.
Sending them up the middle. Ooh, and he can't shake the defense. They track him down in the backfield, and this 2-point attempt fails. Well, I know we normally look for where the breakdown occurred here, partner, but I think he just made a really good play defensively to get back there.
Yeah, you're not just thinking. He absolutely did it. That defender was reacting. Go shoot your shot. And that is teaching tape for that.
All right, thanks so much, Scott. We are back and about set to begin our second half. So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. Scott now to return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. The Bears and DeAndre Swift set for their next drive. They've certainly had no issues scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they could really use some more points on this drive. First down throw by Williams. He's running with it.
Well, this is in every quarterback's tool belt, even the ones not regarded as the best movers and shakers. But, Kate, to play QB in the league today, you've got to be able to do this. If you've got nobody open, still get some positive yards with your legs.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Now an inside handoff to Swift. And they find him after just a yard, and it's 3rd down.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. And it's third down.
Working from the gun, Williams. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of fourth down.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact. It gets home. But of course we know, it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
On fourth down, it's Torrey Taylor on for the Bears to punt this away. And this will be his first effort of the contest. And hey, at least he held onto the football, but they will get nothing on that return. The Lions and Jared Goff set to take over on offense once again. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. On the draw, this is Gibbs. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for two.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of reaction time you want when you face a draw play. They broke on it shortly after the draw started, and they contained it to a minimal gain.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Putting the tight end in motion. 2nd and 8. Finds him over the middle. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29.
You get this big old dude like him in the slot, it's an automatic mismatch advantage. You trade a little bit of speed, sure. But you sure do get a lot of size. And anytime he's in the slot, you got to assume the ball's going his way.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Out of the shotgun, Goff. That one complete to St. Brown. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
A gain of 3 yards. That's good for a Lions first down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Play action, Goff. Throwing the out route complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
It's a gain of 21 yards.
Just about every defensive coordinator worth his salt says 2 things in every production meeting. Number 1, well, we got to stop the run. And number 2, we got to take away the tight end. Well, good luck doing that. Defending a big guy who can move like that, it's a lot easier to talk about than to go out and execute.
Straight ahead with Gibbs. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
Okay, a 2-yard run on first down. I think that keeps you ahead of schedule. You're going to have to pick up the pace.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Here's a counter give to Gibbs. And this is headed the wrong way. They're going to lose yards here. It's going to bring up 3rd down.
These defensive ends today are so good, Kate, with their hands, and it's often right off the jump. If you can win with your hands, if you can create space, you can get a tackle behind the line of scrimmage.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Goff. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Detroit Lions first down.
Well, bless his heart. Where some quarterbacks look off double coverage and check it down, this guy just attacks it head on. And why wouldn't he if he's capable of beating it for that kind of result?
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Off the gut they go with Gibbs. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
This game has evolved so much over the years, but there's just certain times, there's certain moments, some flashes of greatness like that you see Dick Butkus, that you see Jack Lambert, that you see Mike Singletary. These middle linebackers stuffing a run. This guy in particular, like the greats used to do.
Finds Gibbs out of the backfield. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
With these running backs today, they are so versatile. It doesn't matter if they're running it, or in this case, same principle applies on routes out of the backfield. You don't get somebody close to him, that throw is headed his way.
3rd and 4 coming up now. Now gone. Now set up the screen to Montgomery. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. 3 quarters in the books from this one. It's Lions ball. They come in trailing, but that lead is within reach. Down a score. They're going to go for this on 4th down. Desperation time here. Pass is brought in by Laporta. And he'll head out of bounds after a short game. They only needed a couple, and that is what they got. Not the most impressive game, but a big one as they get the first.
First down.
Well, they got him down before he could do any more damage in terms of yards. And that's no easy job, mind you, tackling a big tight end. But the main damage had already been done. He kept this drive going by getting beyond the line of game.
And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
If there's ever a play we can call garden variety in the NFL, I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run and a pretty sound stop there defensively.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. From the 19. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete.
Intended for Junior.
I know that you and I love, Kate, looking at plays and discussing them and all the different outlets and checkdowns, and usually there's a completion to be had, but not against this defense. Not on that one.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down.
Let him go, let him go, let him go, let him go. Coming, I'm coming.
Shotgun snap here to Goff. Gets it towards the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a situation where he got the time in the pocket he needed. There just wasn't anyone open to throw it to. It got to the point he had 2 choices as that clock is going off in his head. Force a throw and risk a pick, or just get rid of it and cut your losses on the play.
An important attempt coming up here for Jake Bates. It's a 36-yard look for him. Tracking for it, and it's good! And they cut it down to within a field goal.
I bet you, Kate, if we were down there right in his mind as that ball sailed good through the uprights, his mind was already thinking about the next one. If this score holds and he gets another opportunity, well, the game could be on the line with that one.
We're down to a 2-point difference as they send the kick away. Here's Duvernay on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Bears and DeAndre Swift set for their next drive. And his production is carried over into this second half. He keeps on running well, even with the workload they've placed upon him. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Pass him on the quick hitter. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
To number 87, Luther Burnett. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 35-yard line.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. They'll run now with Swift. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
DeAndre Swift, the ball carrier. The tackle by
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a third down call as that run moves the sticks. Yeah, the call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next third down coming.
1st and 10 from the 41. They're on the counter with Swift. He's stuck with him, but this one heads the wrong way. He winds up losing yards.
Kate, you know exactly what term I think of in a spot like this. Sticking his face in the fan. Because there are a lot of bigger bodies for a corner to sort through right there in the middle of the field. But he still charged in, made that stop happen, and I promise you, his teammates notice.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Williams from the gun. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive downfield. I love the call. I love pushing the ball down the field. But the windows in the throwing lanes aren't there long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be off.
Running back, motioning right. Here he is on 3rd and long. That one's nabbed by Komet. And he's going to set them up with a 1st down on a huge gain.
24-yard gain on the play. And the Bears' 1st down.
Well, that's a game that has its roots in preparation during the week. That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday kind of stuff. Identifying ways to target the coverage and creating opportunities for big completions.
1st down. Here's Swift. Broke through the tackle. And he's got him 6 yards on that carry. It's 2nd down.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Run picks up 6, so that means it's 2nd and 4. From the 32. He's stepping up and takes off. Oh no, the ball is loose. And the offense recovers. They can still advance it. And he didn't need much after making the recovery, did he? A step or two forward, and he gets him the 1st down anyway. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's good for a Bears 1st down. Almost the impact play this defense was searching for, but they could only get half the job done, partner. Fumble forced, but they couldn't recover.
I'll tell you what else it forces, though. That coordinator, that play caller on the other side, now got a little bit of doubt about his ball handlers. Got to have better ball security than that.
Short pass brought in. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Drops back. Touchdown, Chicago! The Bears push this to an 8-point game. I should know this by now, Brock. I don't know if you're a Broadway guy, but there's a lot of names that belong on the playbill for this lead we've got here, but his name belongs on the marquee as he brings in his 2nd touchdown grab.
Yeah, a bunch of contributors all throughout this roster. No, not a Broadway guy. And with 2 scores now, it's what, a 2-score game? Yep. Easy to see he's been one of the key actors throughout.
Appreciate the honesty. Point after try upcoming to make this a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Bears push the lead to 2 scores now.
21, Lions 22. Cairo Santos
has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Reynolds with a return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
The Lions take over.
The Lions get ready to return to the field. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. On 1st down, it's Goff. Hits him on the out route. And this is going to go as a gain of about 3 before he's met and escorted out.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the gun, Goff. Completed over the middle. He's close, but he is stopped before he can get to that first down. Picks up 4.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Third down, 1 yard to go. Off the play fake, here's Goff. Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
It's a gain of 21
Kid, I can promise you that's one of those play-action plays they've repped over the week during practice. They're both quarterback and tight end went to bed last night thinking, man, I hope this one's called. And when it is, I hope you have just a little space to operate. That play action works beautifully, and the tight end, the beneficiary.
And he's taken down at the 30. They'll get 18 yards there. And that'll be first down, Detroit.
18 more yards.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
1st and 10 now from the 30. They're gonna throw again. Goff. Hits his running back. And he will wind up out of bounds after a first down gain of right around 3 yards.
You know, Kate, it is so hard on these defenses to try to keep an eye and monitor on these running backs when they leave the backfield, especially if he's waiting to chip a defender or delays in the start of his route. He's really an underrated part of their overall passing game.
Throwing again, it's Goff. That's incomplete on 2nd down. No luck finding his receiver that time. And it's 3rd down now.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Play number 7 on this drive, and they need 7 here on 3rd down. Throwing again. Here's Goff. He has the first over the middle. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
I can't tell you how nice it is to have a big, trustworthy tight end in the passing game. Such great size to have, and he forces those defenses to find a way to try to match up when they can't.
Working inside the red zone. He brings it in. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line.
Kate, if you and I took a whirlwind tour and watched young quarterbacks, the hardest route to complete is this one. A lot of them can throw go routes and slants and drags and in cuts, but throwing that out route takes some time, takes some precision, and a whole bunch of trust between QB and receiver.
Again, Goff. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. So now they have 3rd and short. Tough to blame him for that drop, Rock. Even if it would have been a touchdown, that was a great effort defensively, timing that hit, keeping them from hitting the end zone.
Reaction and burst. You get in the red zone defensively, you'll hear it all the time. You cannot wait. You've got to react, and then you got to burst. And that defender does a tremendous job of breaking that pass up with contact.
He was brought down by Jaquan Brisker. A loss of 2 yards. It's 4th down.
We've reached the 2-minute warning in Detroit. Lions losing by 9. On 4th down, the Lions going to try to put 3 on the board here with Jake Bates. A very short kick here from the right hash. Kicked well, and this is good! And it pulls them back within 1 score here in the 4th.
His make there, they had to have that one. And it really does set up a judgment call down on the field. And this is where special teams coach and head coach are talking about game management. You've got 3 timeouts left, so you really can write either script you want. Onside kick or send it deep.
Scott now to return. And he's brought down just inside the 25.
The Bears take over first
Chicago's
and 10
offense trotting out
at
there
their
for
own
another series.
37-yard line.
Their lead still more than a field goal, thankfully, should the worst happen, Brock. But obviously the goal here is to hang on to the ball and try to run this game out.
Yeah, the goal is to get to the best formation in the history of offensive football. The victory vote. That is all that you're thinking right now is just make these plays, run out this clock so we can take one more knee and celebrate.
At the 29-yard line.
Second down now, 7 to go. This is Swift, and they get him for a loss. That's a big one, Brock, and might see them burn a timeout. Timeout taken by the defense. They're second, and they'll have just one left to burn now.
You know, Kate, during draft season, I was talking to an NFL GM, and he said, you know what, in time, we're going to realize tackles for loss are just as big a deal as sacks. Sacks get so much of the popularity. Tackles for loss, when you knock that offense backwards, I promise you, in time, we'll be keeping a closer eye on plays like that one.
Back to throw. It's in or no, they dropped another one. Kicks dropped on back-to-back plays, Brock. It does force a fourth down.
You never, ever, as an offense, like 3 and outs, Kate, but you really don't like them on third down when you throw into tight coverage like that. Got to manufacture a better look.
Chicago brings out the punting unit. And this will be his second effort of the contest. The fair catch taken in at the 28-yard line. The Lions and Jared Goff set to take over on offense once again. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. He'll look to throw it. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. It's a gain of 11 there. That picks up the first.
Guys, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He could take it to the house.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Here he is to throw. Delivers another one to Williams. This one is stopped after about a 5-yard pickup. The tackle made it to 45.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Setting up to pass. Taken in by Williams outright. And he gets out of bounds to save that final timeout. Just picks up the first down, too.
It's a gain of 11. That's good for a Lions. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
To the line for a new set of downs. Only a lone timeout at their disposal. Here's Goff on 1st and 10. Screen here for Gibbs. And they'll get there and stop him at the line.
Complete to
Timeout taken here by the Lions. That's their third.
Yard.
And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least.
43-yard line.
I know coordinator and quarterback going to be upset with that first down because you call a screen on first, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, that defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks.
2nd and 10 now. He's got it to him yet again. That is cut. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
3rd and just 2 to go. Looking to throw it. Another drop. The last two plays both should have been intercepted, but neither could be brought in. However, Brock, they do at least force this fourth down.
In a fourth down.
Oh, another target there for one of the busiest members of this offense, but this one nearly ended in disaster.
Yeah, kind of become a victim of his own success, right? They're keying on him extensively now, knowing that ball could be headed his way, and that time it should have been a takeaway.
Desperation time here on fourth. Has a man downfield. It's Laporta. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. So the Bears take this one on the road. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. So for Brock Heward, everyone here on our great crew, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Bears winners, as we'll see you next time from Detroit.